just appalled by what is happening. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Maisha. So today I just want to do a story time about the time where there was a ghost address, allegedly. Okay, so I went to UKZN, and like during my first day I was at a different campus, and then I had to move to another campus when I was doing my second year, right? So I was staying at an on-campus residence when I was doing my second year, because first year I was also staying at an on-campus residence, and when I was transferred I also got rest like in the other campus, right? Because I was on campus, I was also transferred to an on campus residence. So this was my first year in the residence, although it was not like my first year in the university. So fine, I'm just there, we're just chilling. And so let me just like give you a background. I arrived there, like I arrived like at university like a week before like schools opened, right? And I go to housing, and then they allocate me my room, and like at a certain res, and then you go to that res, you tell the RA, which is the residence assistant of that res, that you give them a form. Like when you go to housing, they'll give you a form, and then you take it, you go to the RA of that res, and then you show them that form, and then they would already have allocated you like your room number and a res. So you go to the res, and then you show that form, the RA the form, and then they'll have a room number on that form, and then she will open the room for you. So fine, I did that, and then I got a room, and wow, it was like a corner room, it was a big room, and I was very impressed, and I was like, oh wow, this is nice. And then a friend of mine came she came back to school like a week later or a few days late after that, and then she was like, she told me that she's also staying at this res, and then I went to see her room, and it was like a much smaller room compared to my room, right? And I was staying at the third floor, she was staying at the second floor, and then later I found out that no, the big room is actually meant for people that are in house com. Well, it's not meant, but then people that are in house com have like a choice to choose like whichever room that they want in the residence. And then this other girl chose that room, and then I had to move out to go to another room, right? So when I moved out, I had like a locker in the kitchen. So like we had 4 floors in like the rest. So there was like ground floor, first floor, second floor, and third floor, right? So when I was staying in third floor, I had a locker in the kitchen. So every floor had a kitchen and 2 bathrooms. So like, yeah. But one floor had like one kitchen, and everyone in the whole floor had to share that one kitchen. So when I was staying at the third floor in that room that was meant for a housecom member, I had a locker in the kitchen. And then when I was speaking to that lady that wanted to move into my room, she was like, I don't have a locker in the first floor. So I was like, okay, I'll keep this locker in the third floor, and I'll keep cooking in the third floor, although now I'm staying in the first floor, right? So that's cool. We go on, life goes on, and then I make friends, like you make friends. And then I remember I had like 3 friends that were staying in the third floor, and then I had one friend that was staying in the second floor, and I was staying on the first floor, right? So fine, life goes on. This other day, like it was a Thursday, I remember very well, because Thursdays, I did not have anything to do in the afternoon. Like, I think by 1 o'clock, I was done with everything, like classes and pracs and everything, I was done. So I go to rest, and then I go to this other friend of mine's room who used to stay at the third floor. And then I go to her room, and then she tells me, she's like, oh, her neighbor, we'll call her neighbor Mbali, right? So she's like, my neighbor Mbali is moving out because apparently there's a ghost. I'm sorry. Apparently there's a ghost on this floor, and she had an interaction with it last night, and then she's moving to ground floor or first floor or something like that. I don't remember. I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. I do not really believe in ghosts. And so at that point, I did not really want to engage much. in that conversation, because I didn't want people to feel some type of way, because now I'm just like coming into this conversation and I'm like, why are you moving? Ghosts don't exist, blah blah blah. So I was just like, I don't really want to engage much into this conversation, but it was just interesting to know. So fine, my friend and I, we decided then to go to the kitchen, and we're like, let's go to cook. So my friend was staying at third floor and she was cooking at third floor, and I was also cooking at third floor because that's where I had a locker and I kept my stuff there, right? So fine, we go to the kitchen and then we cook. And then, like, when we get to the kitchen, there's like a group of ladies that are there that are cooking. Like, there were times when like most people were in the kitchen cooking because they were done with classes and stuff like that. So when we get to the kitchen, there's like a group of ladies that are cooking, and then the ghost story starts again. All right, they're like, there's a ghost. It's at the third floor towards like the bathroom on the other side. So there were like two sides. So the bathroom on the other side, that's where like the ghost is. And then this other girl comes, and then she claims that the ghost stays, or rather, like the person who's the ghost stayed in the room that she's staying in now, right? So I don't know if like they were saying that the ghost died in that room, or she died while she was occupying that room. But then this girl would be like, sometimes she'd be studying and then she'd feel this ghost getting up from the bed to go to the mirror to do her makeup and brush her hair. Guys, it was so exaggerated that you'd feel like, even if you don't believe in ghosts, the way it was so exaggerated, you just be like, this thing is not true. Because they were like, this ghost has a pink dress, she has like earrings and necklace and bracelets, and she has a weave, she does her makeup, she brushes her weave. Like, at that point, for me, it was just like, this is just a joke, man. This is just entertainment while we're cooking. Just something to just keep the conversation going while we're cooking. At that point, I stopped taking it seriously at all, and I feel like I was forced to engage and just be like, guys, this is ridiculous, and you should probably stop saying this. But then people were like, yeah, Maisha, you're talking a lot because you're staying at the first floor. If you stayed at the third floor, then you would know. But I was just like, guys, stop it, stop it. So fine, they keep talking about the ghost, and then we finish cooking because obviously, like, we finished now, and then like everyone goes to their own room, and then the ghost story is over, right? So so now, like, life goes on. You go back to doing whatever you were doing, studying, life goes on, right? So it was a Thursday when we talked about the whole ghost thing, and then Friday comes and goes, Saturday comes and goes, Sunday comes and goes. Guys, Monday, 3 a.m. Guys, yo, someone is screaming their lungs out. So now I'm awakened by this screaming, and then I go to second floor because I had a friend who was staying at second floor. I immediately go to her room just to get some sort of safety, security. I don't know what to call it, but And then I go to her room, and then I'm like, yo, dude, what's happening? And then she's like, I don't know what's happening. I think it's third floor. It's like happening up there, right? So we go to third floor, and this lady is in the room. She's praying. She's hitting the Bible. Like, first of all, her door was like wide open, and then she's just standing there and she's praying. She's hitting the Bible. Oh my gosh, guys, that lady was praying so hard. So now everyone in the rest at this point was awake. Like, I don't know what people were doing. Like, someone might have been cooking, someone might have been studying, someone might have been, just coming in from wherever. But I was sleeping and I was awakened. And so was the RA, guys. The RA was staying at the ground floor, and she was awakened by this girl who was staying at the third floor. And the funny thing was that girl was squatting. Like, that was not her room. She was squatting with her friend, and her friend was not around when that whole incident happened. So now she's just there in that room and she's alone. Her friend is not there to like calm her and stuff like that. So now everyone is coming to see what is happening because this girl is making noise like in the middle of the night. Like everyone wants to see what is happening, and she's just praying. She has a Bible in her hand and she's hitting it, and then she's praying in tongues. And so the RA, everyone is just looking, but then the RA goes to her to sort of, understand what is going on. And she's like, Baba Nang, must be yo. And then like everyone was just appalled by what is happening. And then the RA was just like, you know what, I'm not gonna do this. And then she left. And I don't even think like at that moment the RA noticed that this girl does not stay in this race. So she just left her. And yo, guys, it was very interesting. And like her door was wide open. And I was just wondering, I don't know, like if she went to the bathroom and then she encountered the ghost there, and then she quickly ran to her room and then took out her Bible and started praying, or what happened. But it was just very interesting to me how, the whole ghost story happened after after we had discussed it, and now there is someone that is just acting out and just exaggerating, and it's just got me thinking about like the power of the mind and how things can actually move from our subconscious to our conscious mind when we talk about them and we engage in conversation with them. And yeah, that was the story. And then like the girl came back, like the owner of the room, when she was back, we told her like, yo, your friend was wilding out. And she was like, yo, I'm just grateful that I didn't get fined. And so yeah, that's the story. Thanks for watching. Do comment like in the comment section whether you believe in ghosts. Do you believe ghosts are real? Do you believe they exist? And what's your take on this? Thank you for watching. Bye.